a public business. I'm a photographer. My belief is that, I'm doing It's a Wonderful Life scenes. That's what I'm offering, okay? I want to do video depictions of It's a Wonderful Life. And I'm knowing that movie very well. I want to be authentic, and so only white children and families can be customers for that particular product. Everybody else I'll give to everybody else. I'll sell them anything they want, just not the It's a Wonderful Life depictions. I'm expressing something, right, for your purposes, that speech. What about, what's the other step? It's speech, and I can say anti-discrimination laws can't make me sell the It's a Wonderful Life package to non-white individuals.
So what's on tap for today? Well, you heard it yourself, folks. That was Judge Ketanji Brown, the Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, who Joe Biden said is the smartest Supreme Court judge ever in the history of SCOTUS. And what was she doing? She was basically implying in a rebuttal to one of the attorneys over there, Justice Ketanji Brown, was basically saying, hey, you know what? Let me give you an example of something that's really racist, that's really white supremacist, that's really, something that's just from the dark depths of the, just something so terrible. And what am I going to do? It's going to be a movie by Frank Capra. That's right. It's a Wonderful Life, folks, because all it depicts is just whiteness. This is what we're seeing that is going on right now at the highest levels of government, folks. These are coming from these activist judges, and they are just absolutely having a field day. I mean, only somebody who is absolutely, dedicated their life to critical race theory, to from the judgeship, rather than just have the laws that are coming, that are being made, and all you do is act in accordance with what the laws are rather than being an activist judge. This is what's going on instead, where you have basically these judges coming out and talking about that it's suggesting that it's fodder for white supremacists. I mean, this is unbelievable. We're going to get into that. You just heard a little bit about what she said in the oral arguments on that was you heard that over the tape. And what I'm going to do is get those words out there, because you might not have been able to hear everything perfectly, but we're going to go over the transcript, and then we're going to take it apart one by one. We're going to see because she is actually being, she's being just lambasted out there, folks, basically by everybody in the media, saying that this is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this is just plain stupidity. This is just, they don't even know where it's coming out of. It's just out of nowhere. It just makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But before we do that, just wanted to let you know that if you haven't done so and it's your first time here, we'd love you to subscribe to the Dr. Nasser Sheikh Show. I'm your guest host for today. My name is Dr. Sheikh. And if you haven't already done so, hit that notification bell. So let's get right into it right now, folks, and let's see what the fuss is all about. So, didn't Joe Biden say she's the smartest person in the Supreme Court? And so here's what's happening, folks. A little background is that there's a web designer in Colorado. This is the same place where it happened with the baker. And he said that it happens to be his First Amendment right, that, he has a deeply held belief, religious belief, that he just couldn't make a cake for a same-sex couple. Well, that's what's happening here. They don't want to create a website for a same-sex couple. And here's a question I just want to know. Why on earth, folks, why on earth would you go to somebody, I don't care who it is, a website designer, a baker, a dressmaker? Could you imagine if you're a bride or a groom and you're same sex, right? So you're going to get married to another girl. You're going to marry to another guy. Okay, so what? Let's forget about the things about same-sex marriage right now. But that's what you're doing. And then you go to a tuxedo designer or a suit designer or a bridal designer, and they tell you that in good conscience, can't make that dress for you, or can't make that suit, or can't make that tux for you because they don't agree with same-sex marriage. Why would you want them to make your bridal dress? Why would you force it upon them to make your bridal dress or your suit or your tux? Why can't you go to somebody else that would be absolutely happy to make something for you and have no problems whatsoever that it's a same-sex marriage? That's what I'm wondering about. And here's another thing. Why don't you people try this out, like at a Jewish baker or at a Jewish website designer? Or better yet, what if you tried to do this at a Muslim baker or a Muslim, bridal designer or a Muslim, website designer and try this on there? Or a Hindu, but why not? Why is it always going after the Christian people? That's what's happening. They're attacking Christian because you know what it is? It's not about, I'm telling you what, folks, these people that are doing this same-sex couple, it's not about their wedding, folks. No, it's not. It's about the publicity they're going to get by going and harassing and going after this business because it's going to make news. It's going to give them sachet. It's going to give them, cred among the progressives and the moderates and their friends and say, oh boy, you guys really did. You really stood up for something there. You really went after those people. That's what this is all about, folks. Has nothing to do with the event. Nothing to do with the event. Nothing at all. So, the conservative judges, they argued that the web designer has a freedom of speech to choose which website he or she designs. Of course. Justice Neil Gorgeous, he noted that a business person objection would not be based on the status of the same-sex couple, but it's a message the business person did not want to send. And he brilliantly puts it, the question isn't the who, but the what. And I'll add some more, the who, what, where, when, and why. You got to answer those questions. But no, of course not. Not the smartest Associate Chief Justice ever in the history of the United States of America, according to Joe Biden, who is a couple of packs short of a six-pack himself in the cranial department. Ketanji Brown, this lady didn't even know what a woman was. She wouldn't even answer what a woman was. Now she wants to be Roger Ebert, right? Now she wants to be a movie critic, obviously. So what does she do? She's obviously a racist. I'm telling you what, folks. Judge Ketanji Brown is nothing more than a associate justice who is steeped in bigotry, steeped in racism. That's all she's ever been all her entire life. Plain, period. That's it. Now, here's what she basically said. See how she used a wonderful life to argue this First Amendment case. And this is what she was talking about. I want to do video depictions of It's a Wonderful Life. And knowing that movie very well, I want to be authentic. So only white children and families can be customers for that particular product. Everybody else can. I'll give to everybody else. I'll sell them anything they want. This doesn't even make grammatical sense to me as I'm reading this. I'll give to everybody else. I'll sell them anything they want. Just not the It's a Wonderful Life depictions. I'm expressing something, right? For the purpose of that speech, I can say anti-discrimination laws can't make me sell It's a Wonderful Life packages to non-white individuals. Then she says, this business wants to express its own view of nostalgia about Christmases past by reproducing classic 1940s and 1950s Santa scenes. They do it in a sepia tone, and they're customizing each one. Folks, if you can, in the comments, if you can even tell me what the hell does that even have to do with the website. I don't even understand how do you go from, Jimmy Stewart. It's a wonderful life. Jimmy Stewart. That's my Jimmy Stewart impression, okay, folks? Whatever. Anyways, this is just, again, here's Roger Severino. It's a Wonderful Life can be used as some sort of white supremacy allegory, even as a hypothetical. It's beyond outlandish, and somebody only steeped in critical race theory would come up with this. And we've got some more. We're going to bring those up for you right now. So here you have Michael Woods talking about Ketanji Brown is a definition of an NPC. That's like a non-playable character, right? She just sits there and repeats a corporate media story from a few years ago that she got brainwashed with. No ability for self-thought, not even in a neo-Marxist way. I mean, this is just unbelievable, folks. And we said here, according to the New York Times, NPC is a non-playable character or a non-player character. It's borrowed, they say, from the world of video games for a character that is controlled by the computer rather than by a player. An NPC often advances a game's plot by saying the scripted lines or assisting the playable characters in some way. And remember, we were told she was the most qualified ever to sit on the bench? That's what we were told. The most qualified ever to sit on the bench. Remember? Oh, here's magic legal theory. What magic legal theory? I mean, this is unbelievable. And here's the thing, right? Anybody have a WTF to English dictionary I can borrow? Absolutely. This guy hits it right on the head. Way to go, Stephen Green. A vodka pundit. He probably had to have a couple of swigs of that after he heard what Ketanji Brown had to say. Oh, this is just, it just goes on. And, David Bazell says she didn't know what a woman was. So this is totally on brand. That's right. She had no idea what a woman was. She has no idea what this movie is. Unbelievable. And Jay Lampert goes, well, I can't mock her any more than she pretty much mocks herself here. Yeah, she's a major mocker, folks. She's a major mocker. That's what she is. Unbelievable again. She's really smart and makes some excellent legal points. Let's see here. Okay. And again, it says, this is also the same woman that can't define woman on the highest bench of land. This is a bad look for all identity hires. This isn't okay. That's all she was, folks. She was the only reason is because of melanin in her skin. She's black. That's the only reason she was hired. It wasn't even the fact that she was a woman, because she doesn't even know what a woman is. So obviously she doesn't know who she is. But the only reason she was put on the bench was because she was black. That's it, folks. Whether she deserved it or not, that was the guiding light characteristic. Number one, basically, that was put up there. Number one that was put up there, folks. Absolutely. And, he goes, perhaps we need to work on our analogies, Justice KBJ. There you go, KBJ. And it talks about, how she couldn't provide a definition. She says she can't. But it just goes to show you, folks, that this is what's happening each and every single day. We can't even take a holiday. You got to mess Christmas up now. You got to mess up major movies. That's what's happening, right? Haven't you heard this? Disney and some of these other companies, what they're doing is they're going through some of the old movies and they're putting in like little disclaimers or warning signs before a scene comes up. I've heard that's happening. That this may be, the following scene may just trigger something, for you. Or the following scene has some cultural people or cultural beliefs or cultural depictions or whatever it is that may maybe they take you off or make you upset or make you embarrassed or whatever it is. I mean, so we can't go back and we can't enjoy these films at all? They have to be just shut down. They have to be burned. They have to be destroyed. I mean, what is all that? We can't be doing this thing. But unfortunately, if they were doing it at the highest levels of government, at the highest judicial levels, and they're trying to utilize these tactics there, boy, oh boy, folks, it is an absolute upward climb for us to try to dig out of the manure, the sewer that is really pervading our judiciary and our justice and even our justices who are just steeped in this excrement of wokeism. That's just a sign of the times right now, folks. And like I said before, is that we have got to try to do our best to put our viewpoint out there to counterattack their viewpoint. It's going to be tough because they have all the power. They're at the top. They're at the judgeships. They're the ones that are supposed to be the arbiters of the law. But somehow we have to make our voices known, and by basically just expressing our voices and letting them know that we're not going to take this. What you're saying is wrong. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's moronic. It's idiotic. It's not going to fly. And we're going to take back control of whatever we can take back control of. Anyways, folks, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. Hope you enjoy this video. And like I said before, you're watching the Dr. Nasser Sheikh Show. I was your guest host today. My name is Dr. Nasser, and I'll leave you with my final thought, as that is, when you're right, you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.